Hi, it's Mike Stiles from Brand Content Studios. Here's the social marketing quickie for the week ending May 14th. Want to share your Google Plus circles? Tough. You can't do that anymore. The Share Circles button that used to be between the Edit Circles pencil and trash can must have crawled into that trash can because it's gone. Google says, we've made some UI changes to help simplify Google Plus. We found this feature wasn't very useful for our users. That feature used to let you share circles of users with others, which helped with content discovery, theoretically. But I guess not, because you found it unuseful. What you can still do is randomly come across people's circles and make or add a new circle using it. Have you been blogging on LinkedIn's publishing platform? If so, they're going to let you see how those posts are doing now. That's a double-edged sword. You may learn that nobody cares about what you're saying. This new analytics tool lets you look back 6 months, see who viewed, liked, or shared your post, and get demographic and day-of-the-week breakdowns on them. But here's the thing. There's always a thing. You're only seeing what logged-in LinkedIn users are doing. If people come to your post another way, that doesn't get counted, at least not yet. It's not Google Analytics. Their publishing tool is doing fine, by the way, 100,000 published posts per week. So there you go, write something that stands out amongst those 100,000 posts. VentureBeat's Chris O'Brien is wondering if social is worth a plug nickel as a business. It's the rumors Yelp might be for sale that got him thinking. Yelp's an investor darling, but also a money loser. $34 million lost. No profits for most of its history. Chris says Facebook and LinkedIn are fine, but other social platforms aren't rocking it as businesses either. That includes Twitter. That includes YouTube. 1 billion viewers, still not profitable. Traditional lemming thinking has been grow a huge audience and a business model will just kind of show up. So will profits. Yeah, not necessarily. So Chris is curious about the viability of ad-driven social plays like Pinterest, Meerkat, and Snapchat. We share an interest in social marketing, but that doesn't necessarily mean I want to, get with you. So there's a new social app called With, 2 I's, that facilitates meetings that are mostly platonic with people who happen to be nearby and that like what you do. You can make or join others' events, and yes, if you make an event, you can decline people wanting to attend, you snoot. Now look, meetup.com is no slouch. They've got over 21.5 million users meeting up. But With co-founder Jeff Hodnett says, we think With is a lot more spontaneous than Meetup, along with not having the dating stigma of Tinder. Stigma. Ew. If I asked you, and I'm going to, what the fastest growing social networks were over this past year, would you say Facebook? If you did, you wouldn't be more wrong, because that's the only one to see active user numbers drop, down 8%. Global Web Index says YouTube, Twitter, and Google Plus are doing okay, increases of 7 to 13%, but the monster gainers are Pinterest at 97% and Tumblr at 94%. Huh? What? Why? What's going on here? Well, Facebook would say we're already massive, so it's hard to grow at our size. But this does possibly show people are migrating away from Facebook to do specific things like messaging, blogging, and whatnot. If you went to brandcontentstudios.com, you'd see social sharing buttons there, and you'd probably completely ignore them. MoveWeb says its data shows more users are on mobile and apps, and social buttons on those are a pain in the can at best and worthless at worst. 99.8% of mobile users never touch social share buttons. In fact, they're 11.5 times more likely to click an ad. Ouch. But back to desktop. They're still worthwhile there, right? Nah. Only 0.6% of desktop users click them. So as for sharing this podcast, just use Hootlet or copy and paste from the address bar. I don't really know how to make you share this. Bleep. I did not just become a robot or censor some profanity. BitTorrent launched Bleep, which is an encrypted P2P chat app. They're skipping beta. They just launched the first stable version they got their hands on. It used to be called BitTorrent Chat. If you want to send disappearing messages, you tap Go to Whisper so that text and images vanish in 25 seconds. I already know what you're planning. You're going to screenshot messages so you can blackmail friends forever with them. But Bleep has screenshot protection. Messages are going to have either nicknames or text blocked out, redacted if you want to use CIA terms, so that you can't tell who texted the text. Many people arrange listening parties with pizza for this podcast. Massive lie. And now one of the main chains is doing something socially revolutionary. Domino's, they dropped the pizza from their name, they're just Domino's now, will let you tweet to order starting May 20th, at least if you're in the U.S. And get this, all you do is tweet a pizza emoji to @Domino's. CEO Patrick Doyle says, we've got this down to a 5-second exchange. 5 seconds to pizza. And why not? At least half its sales were happening digitally now anyway. Don't tell your corded phone that. It'll just make it feel worse. Let's talk about the great customer service experiences you've been having. Well, we can't because nobody's having any. Brit software company SDL studied bad customer experiences and found 76% say their worst one happened in the last 2 years. And 55% couldn't remember one success, not one. Hope you haven't gone anywhere because it gets worse. 17% of customer experience failures happened at the very first point of engagement. Brands couldn't wait to show how little they care about their customers. And customers, they're trying to save brands from themselves. 82% will try to get satisfaction. When that doesn't work, only 20% consider ever coming back. The only good news is problems are mostly service and process related, not about the quality of the products. You can go to a store and dance a tango in the aisles, or you can get the Tango mobile messaging app and use its new social shopping feature. U.S. users can browse products, millions of products, and make curated product lists based on their preferences, share their own collections, and here's the cool part, buy items from Walmart.com or AliExpress inside the Tango app. More partner stores are on the horizon. Co-founder Yuri Raz says, we're leading the way in conversational commerce, which must be true because I just conversed about commerce. Some articles are circulating, that's why they call it circulation, speculating about the relationship between Facebook and publishers. The bigger ones get 60% of their referral traffic from Facebook, and 44% of Facebook users do click publisher stories. But the newly launched Facebook Instant Articles thing wants publishers to host their content right on Facebook. So should they? Early Instant Articles partners are mostly just sharing links to their content, which doesn't get them the advantage of cleanly delivering and monetizing their stuff on mobile. But the other question is, should publishers trust Facebook and go all in on sending people to a platform that's not theirs? That's it. The transcript is at brandcontentstudios.com.